What is up, everybody out there in radio and podcast land? How are you tonight? This is Brown Sugar Confessions coming to you wherever you're getting your audio pleasures. As tonight we have some fun, hot topics, great shows, and I am your host, Doc Val. And if you're not on YouTube, you need to go there right now and look at these beautiful summer-kissed faces. KD, Treese, and Miss T and I are looking deliciously tanned as we talk to you tonight about two real important subjects out there. The first
So
subject,
important.
it's so important.
So important.
What kind of porn do women like to watch? We're going to talk about it and talk about the various stats out there and give you some suggestions. And who knows, maybe even some sites besides Pornhub that you can go to for your viewing pleasure. And we're going to talk about gaslighting because this one keeps coming across our feed all the time. And we're going to finish this one up. So if you haven't done so, go to YouTube right now at Brown Sugar Confessions on YouTube. Like and subscribe because we've got some hot stuff happening in September. We've got whole new content, a lot of new shows coming out. You don't want to miss it. Some giveaways, trips. So you want to like and subscribe, get on our mailing list. And you want to follow us on Instagram and, of course, me on TikTok. That's where the action is. And we're going to keep this show rolling. And let's talk to these beautiful hosts. KD, how's life in Delaware?
Life is doing great. I'm just trying to recover from all of the nonstop bombardment I feel like we're getting with these news articles as of lately. It's just been so much going on in the world that it's been really dramatic. We have multiple stars that are being hospitalized right now. We have submarines just disappearing in thin air, or not quite disappearing in thin air. We won't say exactly what happened. We have all sorts of just crazy things going on, and it's just been kind of hard to keep up with it all. You guys know we have smoke again today from Canada. It feels like we're in a time loop. That's what's going on
There's
here.
smoke from Canada again?
Yeah, this is round two. It feels like the last time we talked, we were having discussions about the smoke in the air. It's just been a time loop of just the same things over and over again. It's been crazy.
You know, when I was in Canada, when the first smoke problem hit the US, I was in Toronto and I was outside running around. We were hiking. It was just a bunch of people were barbecuing, but the sun was out. You could see the sun. It wasn't really bad at all. Then we came into New York the next day and I was like, oh my God, what happened? I was shocked. And I heard Delaware was horrible, but
Yeah.
we're down here at the beach, so I'm not noticing anything today. I'll keep my eye out for it. So, Miss Treese, how's life with you in New York? Are you getting some smoke?
We're getting a lot of smoke. I am tired.
I
I just
bet you
had,
are.
look, we're not going to get into all that. My last baby just graduated high school, and we're coming off of,
You were tired. You need a break.
I'm tired. These men folks is running me wild.
I like how you say men folks, because there's more than one. Y'all need to go and always follow Brown Sugar because Treese does the most. I live through her eyes. I'm just
She got confessions.
she got confessions for
confessions.
all of us. We're slightly jealous, but anyway, we're gonna keep it rolling. Miss T, why are you down there cracking up in Georgia, acting a fool?
Because I missed you guys. I missed you
I
guys.
missed you. I know, I missed you. What's going on down there?
It's officially smog season here.
Hmm.
So driving around the city today was kind of interesting. It looked a little bit like Silent Hill, but other than that, we are doing pretty good. But thankfully, we are doing a lot better than the man that I'm about to talk to you guys about. A 50-year-old man is recovering in an Italian hospital after a 24 drug-fueled sex marathon that left him in septic shock.
Say that again, a little bit slower. He was what?
All right, I'm going to say it one more time.
Slow, because I didn't catch something.
A 50-year-old man is recovering in an Italian hospital after a 24 drug-fueled sex marathon left him with septic shock.
And he has septic shock.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Okay, why?
So,
Okay.
all right, here we go. So it was a German tourist who was admitted into the Misericordia Hospital, which is located in Grosseto, Italy, in May. And he's in serious condition. According to the local media, septic shock has likely caused cell death in the man's eggplant and scrotum, and he may be facing genital amputation.
Oh.
According to the local newspaper La Repubblica, the man and his wife had taken MDMA, also known as ecstasy, aka gas station drug pills. Stop doing this to yourselves, people.
Where do y'all talk about these gas station drug pills? Is there such a thing in gas stations?
Yes. You've never seen the gas station sex pills?
I know. My husband pumps the gas. I can't lie. That's one of it's a perk.
Okay.
He's like,
I'm gonna tell
okay.
you like this. I'm gonna tell you like this.
Wait a minute. But wait a minute. Is it a truck stop you're talking about? Not like a regular gas station.
No, you can get them at regular gas stations
Like-
if you know where to look.
Like Royal Farm?
Like your Wawas, your Chevrolets, or not Chevrolets, Chevrons, BP, whatever.
Really?
Buc-ee's.
At Wawa and Royal Farms you can get these sex gas station pills?
Well, you can't get MDMA
Yeah, you can't get MDMA.
there,
can
but
probably
you
get,
can get pink cat pills.
I had no idea. Y'all be teaching me so much. I had no idea you could get kitty cat pills at the gas station, but we're going to keep it
Oh,
going.
yeah.
All right, go ahead, Miss T.
So, anyways,
cat pills.
the couple was engaged in what is known as chemsex, and that's pretty much just sex under, I guess, a chemical-induced sex period. And it can have serious health consequences. This is one thing I found that is actually interesting. There are studies that have shown that MDMA, also known as ecstasy, can significantly suppress the immune system. So this can make users more vulnerable to infections, as our guy here is now in septic shock, unfortunately.
Wow. So the moral to the story is you don't need a gas station pill or ecstasy to feel good. You're already
No.
get that good feeling hormone when you're having sex. You can really stop the pills and enjoy the experience.
Or
What
you
are
can
people
just get like
searching
a
for?
toy. Get a toy,
Yeah,
like a
get a
rose,
toy.
put a little lube on it, watch some
Just
porn.
Have a good time without any kind of chemical additives to your sex life. You don't need it. If your partner and you are in sync and engaged in it, now I'm not going to say correctly, but are engaged correctly, you should naturally be releasing those hormones that make you feel absolutely delicious and sensual in the act. So to have those pills, why bother? Just let
Because
nature.
it's fun.
Now, Treese, why did you go there? See, I was giving the PSA, and you just come out there busting my little chops.
No,
Because
but there
it's
is because I will speak for myself.
Confession.
While I have never done ecstasy and had intercourse, I don't want to do that because I've had too many friends do it, and once you do that, there is no coming back to just the regular. There always feels like something is missing, and you have to go more and more and more and more.
So essentially, you
Is
got
that
to
what
chase the literal
happens?
dragon.
Yeah, you're chasing the dragon in that sense. But I'll admit, I will 420 it up and have fun. I will have some fun. But it is not a regular occurrence, and I don't need it. But some people definitely do.
Do they need it or they just want it?
I think it's both.
I think it's
both.
probably a little bit of both. As much as I'm always saying, stop doing the gas station pills. I think a lot of people, like, it becomes a dependency. Like, mentally, they can't bring themselves into it. They don't know how to yet. So they rely on the chemical substance to get them there.
And it does help
I-
if you've had trauma. It does help if you've had trauma around intercourse and you are trying to relax yourself. That is a way to do that.
What, through for 420?
Mm-hmm.
I am, me, I'm very, I'm not 420 friendly because I think I'm allergic to pot, to be honest. I had a horrific experience when I was in Jamaica. We won't go there, but I heard people can have allergies to pot. And I definitely think I am one of those individuals. So, y'all might come at me, but I'm saying this stuff should not be legal. That's just my personal
Shouldn't be
opinion.
legal to you.
Yeah, to you.
To
To
you.
you. I know I'm going to get Doc Val, shut up. It should be legal. Don't be messing with our cannabis out there. But, because it didn't work well for me. So I'm assuming it's not working well for y'all. But I can't imagine needing to have a stimulus to help you relax to get into it. And, maybe one day we'll talk about sex and trauma, how to release and relax that you can enjoy sex if you've been traumatized. Because, I'm actually leading a workshop. I think it's in October, November. I forget what month it is. And it is for women that have had sexual trauma and how it shows up in their body, and then teaching them how to release the trauma.
So how
So
can
it's a
people
three.
find that workshop?
They can find it going to my website. It should be up by Monica should have everything up by Wednesday of next week. So if you go to Swan Center, we'll have all the links in the YouTube and all over the place. Just check it out, but give me until next Wednesday to get it all up. But yeah, it's going to be quite fascinating. And we're going to actually think about going around the country, just offering this to couples and individuals that have had trauma, and your body is still holding the trauma, whether you were 5 years old and now you're 60, and now you want to be able to be free of that trauma, and how to do it in a safe environment where you can move past that. And because the trauma does stay in your body and it affects you in so many different ways. It's not tonight's topic, but since we're on it, I might as well just throw it out there. So, reach out to me if you had trauma and you're having difficulty sexually, because that is something that we can talk about and work with you on at Valerie at swancenter.com. Yeah, that's really
Yeah.
scary though, Miss T, that this gentleman had a marathon and now has sepsis, and it might lose his genitals.
Yeah,
Ow.
he might lose his parts over it. So, I think this is an ongoing story because they haven't said that they actually did take it off, but they're saying that he may be permanently impaired.
That's
So,
Wow.
bananas.
That's
yeah,
That's
horrible.
bananas.
Well,
sometimes people, it might not be worth it. Just stick to porn.
just sticking to porn, let's talk about some porn. Y'all watch porn?
Yeah.
Yeah. Katie, you watch a little bit every now and then?
Every once in a blue moon.
It's really interesting that a lot of women are under the assumption that porn is for men. And, for some people, it's religious reasons. I'm talking about women for a second. They were brought up in the church and we're told that, hey, good girls don't watch porn. I do not think that porn should be your sex educator. And a lot of people tend to believe and watch porn for education. I don't know why, but I'm like, that is not education. That is purely entertainment.
That's a
And
big thing that I think a lot of people don't realize because that's their only way to see how people have sex.
mm-hmm,
So
you're
that's what
right.
they assume. And they don't have
Yes.
anyone to talk to about it, so they can be like, "Yeah, that's how it's done," or "Nah, you shouldn't be doing that at all."
Yeah, but now you're right, though, Misty. Now they have someone to talk to. They can talk to us at Brown Sugar Confessions at gmail.com, or go to our YouTube, like and subscribe, and send us an email there. Send me an email at Valerie at Swan Center, or go to our Instagram, our Facebook, all those places, and find us and send us a message, because we do answer every single email, every single call I do pick up on. So make sure you reach out to us. But there is some porn out there that are made for women by women. And there's also some porn, of course, made by men as well, that women tend to like. So tonight we're talking about what type of porn do women like. So I think there are some stats out there, aren't there, Miss T, about like the number of women that are watching porn or something like that?
Yes, there are. Let's pull them up. So here we go. 82.7% of American women report that they have watched porn out at some point.
That's a lot of women. 82%.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Only 16.8% of the women have watched porn for sexual excitement, though.
So
So
what are they
there's a
watching
difference
for?
between watching the porn and watching for excitement. And more than likely, here's what I'm thinking, is that they're watching it with their significant or others, assuming the significant other is male, and they're watching what he likes. So
Mm,
he's excited, but she might not be excited. She's just like, why am I here?
right.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
boo.
Boo. Yeah. Boo.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's horrible.
And let's see, 1 out of every 3 visitors to a porn site is a woman.
Huh.
Yeah,
I'm
we
not
got
surprised
that.
by that. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, 23 to 35% of women report that they have watched pornography in the past year. And let's see, men are 4 times more likely than women to have watched porn in the last month.
Mm.
So we know that there are women watching porn. Not many women are watching it and being sexually excited by it, and that could be because of whatever it is they're watching. And then this is an actual interesting one, and I actually fall into this category. The average age at which girls are first exposed to porn is younger than 15 years old.
Wow. I found that interesting. They say the stats say it's what, 14.8
Mm-hmm.
years of age, 14 and a half years basically, is when you're a young girl, it might be exposed to porn. And I remember actually, a young lady that I know that said she started watching porn on the school bus, coming home, and they just pull up Pornhub on the
Mm-hmm.
school bus and watching it. So we're going to talk about porn, what type of porn women like, and we're going to advise kids, don't watch porn. It is not where you're getting your sex education. Talk to your parents. I still don't they teach a little sex ed in high school right now,
But
junior high or
they don't
something?
they don't teach it for pleasure. They just teach it to get it out there and say that they did something.
They teach it for biology, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to tell you guys, hey, you know what? If you are a minor, talk to your parents, talk to your advisor about porn. And if you're interested in that, just don't watch it because you know what? It's too much out there and you don't know what you're looking at and it's not real. And your brain has not developed enough to understand what you're looking at and it's going to be confusing. So do yourself a favor. Just don't bother with it until you're able to understand what's happening with it. But for you able-bodied women that are already developed and ready to get yourselves excited for porn, what kind of porn do you like? So I'm going to go around the room and ask y'all because y'all know I'm nosy. You don't have to say it, but I'm encouraging you to.
I feel
So let
like
me
you
pick
should
on
start
somebody.
first. I feel like you
I
should
have to
start
go
first and throwing
last.
it out there.
No, I'm going to go last. But I'm going to pick on you first, Miss T. What kind of porn do you like?
Well, I love the porn of my people.
Okay.
However, I have a love-hate relationship with it because it's usually the whole thug guy and I'm just ramming, and I don't
Mm-hmm.
like that. I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's usually
Mm-hmm.
the one that is easier to see. I am a hentai person, even though it's just getting out of hand, out of pocket at this point. So I was like, I might just need to just stop watching porn at this point and just let it reset itself, and then I'll come back.
So what do you call it? Head tie? What is that?
Hentai, hentai,
Hentai. What is
it's
that?
hentai. So it's essentially animated porn. But
Oh,
a lot of times with hentai can have like a very comedic outlook. They are pretty much being overly gratuitous to make it out of comedy. So it's not really to watch to get turned on. It's just something stupid to watch and laugh at.
I'm sorry. It's animated porn. They're not even
Yes.
real people.
No.
And and you watch, where do you find animated porn? I mean, is it real body parts? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm confused. Is there a link? Because I want to see this, because animated porn, I didn't know there was such a thing as
Well, think
animated
about it.
porn.
We have animated porn. We have animated mangas and comic books. Like our favorite comic book. We can't even say the full name on the air, but you know which one I'm talking about.
Say it. Well, you can't say the full name, but which one is it for those that haven't listened before? Which one is it?
I can't say the full
Egg,
name on the air.
eggplant Fight Island or something like that?
Yes,
Okay,
that one.
is that right?
Yeah,
Eggplant Flight Island. You guys know what
fight.
eggplant stands for?
Yeah,
Eggplant Flight Island is what
fight.
fight, not flight. Okay,
Yeah,
Fight Island
yes.
is what your favorite comic book is. Mine was Richie Rich. It was not that.
Hey, Richie Rich out here doing porn? Where?
Yeah.
Mine
I'm
was
sure we can
Richie
find
Rich.
some.
More
I'm sure
than
we can find
likely,
some.
more than likely, somebody has made Richie Rich doing porn.
That was my comic book. I never looked at what you were looking at, Miss T. I don't know what in the heck's going on with you, but
She ain't admitting to it. She saw it. She saw
I
it.
really, and every time you talk about it, I'm like, I've never seen this comic book
Why?
nor this
Next
type of
time,
porn.
next time I come, I'm gonna bring it and I'm gonna show it to you. You're gonna be like, "Oh, dang, that one."
Okay, all right. I want to see it. Yeah, I do
You
want to
done
see
blocked
it.
it out of your memory. That's what it was. That's because of how
Hmm.
crazy it got.
Probably. I don't remember anything at all from this stuff that you keep bringing up to me about these comic books and porn. Yeah, I watched Hustler and Penthouse, and yeah, I watched Richie Rich. So anyway, so
Oh,
Treese,
Heavy Metal. That
hey,
was the other one.
huh?
There was
Heavy
a there
metal.
was a there is a mature comic book. It was a mature comic book called Heavy Metal, and it was a lot of that genre, sword and steel, muscly people, like scantily clad women, fantasy, medieval type stuff. It was a very interesting comic book, but it was good. They made 2 animated movies from it.
Yep.
Where do y'all find this stuff? I've never heard of this kind of porn. Send us an email, ladies, if you like. What is this? What category is this? Comic book porn?
I don't even know how to say it, but I do know Heavy Metal
Animated
is
porn.
on Amazon Prime. They are still on Amazon Prime.
There's porn on Amazon Prime?
No, Heavy
Oh,
Metal,
heavy metal.
the
I
movies,
don't
the
know.
2 movies, is on
Uh-huh.
Amazon Prime.
Okay, I don't know what Miss T's talking about. All right, Trees.
I am, well, I like women on women, made by women.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
That's strictly it. I can't watch anything else. It
It's kind
at
of
this
icky.
big age, it feels violent.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, and I don't feel like the women are into it at all.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of
And it
faking going on.
yeah, it doesn't do anything for me. But I like women on women. There is one specific director that I like. It's 2 women. I think one of their names is Shelby or Shelby Ann.
Mm-hmm.
Love them because she has a diverse cast.
Ooh.
Yeah, when I tell you, it's not just race, it's size, it's ability, it's everything.
Oh,
I
true diversity.
love
That's
it.
good.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it. And then I also like cartoon stuff because
No.
I'm an anime girl. I am.
I'm just
Heavy
saying.
metal,
See?
that's my jam.
See?
That's
Another one.
that's how I first found it. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Mm-hmm.
I was at the comic book store and somebody had taken it out of the adult section and put it down, and I was like, "Oh, I like this." I bought every one of them. Every
Oh,
one.
I have not ever seen any of this. KD, have you ever seen this kind of porn? What do you like? Have you seen what these two
Oh,
nuts are talking about?
well, I've definitely seen what they talk about. Not only that, I mean, you have hentai, you have heavy metal, you have. When I was younger, one of the first forms of animated porn I found was on the internet, and they would have drawings of like characters like from Scooby-Doo and Ariel
Mm-hmm.
in pornographic kind of ways. So I actually used to distribute it amongst my peers because I was that kid.
Another one.
But as of today, as a much more mature, responsible adult, I find myself very interested, usually as well as Treese, into growing girl porn that's much more catered and directed towards women, because I also don't like the violence that you really get in a lot of
Mm-hmm.
regular porn anymore. But that said, we really should probably go to break.
Oh, we gotta pay bills
So
already?
we got to pay bills. So I think right now will be a good time. We will come back. We'll find out what Dr. Val prefers. And grab your drinks, because I have a feeling hers is going to be interesting. So grab your drinks, grab your snacks. Don't turn that dial. Don't walk away from your computer. Don't go away from whatever platform you're listening to us on. We'll be right back in just a minute. And welcome back to Brown Sugar Confessions. I am so excited for you guys to join us in this second half. We still need to hear what Dr. Val's favorite is, and I know I can't wait if you guys can. But before we get into it, you want to be able to catch us if you miss one of our shows. You want to make sure you have all of the options, and there are opportunities to kind of get with us a little more exclusively. Like if you want to ask us a question, you can hit us up on all of our social medias. We are on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook. You could get to us on YouTube, and everywhere you find us, you will find us as Brown Sugar Confessions. So make sure you hit us up on all of our handles. However, if you have a question that you really need to get addressed on a more private level with Dr. Val, please make sure that you reach out to her at Valerie, that's Valerie, at Swan Center, that's SWANNA Center.com.
Okay, so we're gonna get into it, y'all, but I need y'all to take a sip and just relax, and I want you to approach this as how you would talk to your friend if they came to you with this.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
It's
boy.
it
Uh-oh.
says, "Dear Jan," we gonna put Jan as a regular name,
I gotta
regular.
put this down already. All right.
Okay. I've been married for 3 years and I've been with my husband for 5. And we have a wonderful relationship, or so I thought. I've always been a bit shy about expressing myself in the bedroom, and my husband has always been understanding, helping me to be more open about my desires, wants, and needs, and he's never made me feel embarrassed about the things that I want. That is until last week. When we were talking about our deepest desires and fantasies, I opened up to him about a very private fetish that I've kept hidden from everyone in my life. I won't go into the delicate details because, quite frankly, I'm too ashamed after hearing my husband's reaction. I don't think it's particularly disgusting or weird. It basically involves me pleasuring myself with vegetables. I find it very erotic. But I told my husband about this. He flipped out. He said he doesn't even know if he can look at me the same way again, that I'm a different person now, and that he doesn't feel comfortable eating something I've cooked because he doesn't know where it's been. I feel
That was
I'm
coming.
sorry, y'all. I'm
I knew that
sorry.
was coming. I knew that was coming.
I feel so devastated by his reaction. This is the person that should make me feel safe and empowered. Now I don't know how we can move past this from Miss Mortified.
Oh, wow. Miss Mortified.
Mm.
Oh, well. Let's talk about sex and vegetables, shall we?
Can I say this real quick? I got a question. What kind of vegetable?
I'm assuming it's like a
Right?
carrot or a cucumber or a zucchini,
Carrot,
maybe an
cucumber,
eggplant.
squash,
That's what I was
eggplant.
thinking. Because I'm like, if she got one of them like super long, weird looking sweet potatoes, or like somehow popped an onion in her, I'm like, I could
Maybe
see
it
that.
could be a big sweet potato. Maybe it could be a sweet potato or onion. I'm not gonna say nothing because maybe she likes fisting. I don't know.
This is true. She might be a scream queen, and we don't know. But also, I feel like he might have been offended because the vegetables might be bigger than he is. I
That
really think that's what it's about.
I really think, Miss T, what it's about is that he is worried about his dinner. Did that cucumber that now he's crunching on in his salad, was that in his wife's hoo-ha
I mean,
30
What's the
minutes ago?
difference? You either he eating
wait, why
it
are
or
we
he eating
assuming
her.
it's the
So what's the
hoo-ha
problem?
though?
So let's talk about vegetables as a sex toy because that goes back
You do
centuries.
this in some porn?
There is a category, I believe, of vegetables and
There's a category for
and
everything.
women. I can barely get it out, but I will never go to the produce section again and look at the vegetables in the same way after this show. But people have used many things, devices, vegetables, organic things as sex toys for stimulation. And of course, the most famous one people have used is cucumbers, carrots, squashes, eggplants. And I have heard that sometimes women may put them inside and their partner will actually like eat the vegetable while it's inside of them
And
as
this is
part
what
of
I was saying. He
as
eating
part
it
of the
or he
oral
eating it. So what's the problem?
as part of the fun. He's chewing on the carrot as he's going down on her, eating it, like whipped cream and, right? Come on. So I've heard and I've known of clients that have done that. So, it's not unusual. And it's very unfortunate that he shamed her in such a way where it made her feel ashamed and very awkward and like there's something wrong with her. And I'm going to tell her from professional opinion, there's nothing wrong with you. You are not the first and you will not be the last that likes to enjoy fruits and vegetables as a sex toy. Some people say, well, it's better than plastic. I'm not arguing with you. Just make sure it's clean, take all the waxes off of it, wash it really good. And, I've even heard, I think there was one girl that I knew actually would put a condom on the eggplant. I don't know why she did, but maybe she felt safer with it, maybe from pesticides.
Maybe
That
she
makes
thought she was
sense
going to eat it
because
later.
you could really disrupt your bacterial
Vaginal flora.
flora down there. That's the
Mhm.
word I'm looking for. Yeah, your bacterial
Mhm.
flora down there if you are using vegetables and things, because people touch, even though we should be concerned with what we're eating too in that regards, but people touch it. All sorts of germs get on a lot of these things. There's all sorts of stuff going on,
It's
and that
also
can really
really
disrupt
porous
things down
too.
there. Yes, that
Exactly.
part. So yeah, if you
Mhm.
use it once, you probably don't want to use it again.
No,
So it makes
it's one
sense
and
to
done.
use a condom. I think that makes absolute perfect sense.
Mhm.
I have stumbled in the TikTok world because TikTok has everything. There's a whole corner of TikTok where women are on cameras holding a giant, really super long cucumber, and they always have it suggestively to their mouth. and I noticed they're always wearing tons of lip gloss. And I sit there and watch for a couple of seconds to see if anything happens, but they never actually do anything with that cucumber. They just get people to join their lives as they're like sitting there holding this cucumber suggestively. So I'm sure that she is in great company when when we just imagine there's people who has that particular interest.
For the sake of going sideways really quick, because I have been to a separate corner of TikTok and I had to like retrace very quickly of people eating what are known as penis clams.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I've
It's
been
a
there.
clam.
I've been on that side of TikTok. It's
You on that
scary.
side of TikTok? Yeah, it's scary because penis clams are very big and they're eating them live.
Are those duck clams with the big what are the duck things?
Quahogs, I
Duck
think they call them
gooey.
quahogs here.
What is it called? It's not I forget the name, but I've seen that big clam. It looks like it
Hmm.
has a name
Eggplant.
to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I forget the name of this clam, but I've seen that and they're eating it live
Hmm.
on TikTok.
Hmm.
And not a geoduck clam, is it? No.
No, I
I
think it
forget the
is a
name.
geoduck.
It's
They
a
call it
geoduck
geoduck.
clam.
Geoduck. You'll hear it called as a penis clam. You'll hear it called. I think they're also called quahogs, but I'm not sure on the quahog thing. It might be a different clam.
Okay, so yeah, I've seen the geoduck on TikTok where people are, you know, eating this big looking eggplant looking clam
Yeah,
very
it's terrifying
suggestively.
over there. If you find yourself there, just run. But
Yeah, it's
it kind of falls into the same thing of people eating or sticking vegetables in them and eating vegetables suggestively. We have gone way off track. Oh my God.
we've gone way off track. But here's what I want to tell you, right? Because we're talking about porn, we're going to get into gaslighting because this is gaslighting. The way that he approached it, the way that he not approached it, but the way he responded to her, that definitely was it gaslighting, maybe, but it was definitely not in a way that made her feel confident about her desires. Women have so much shame around their porn that they like. There's a lot of shame in women for their desires that they have because, we're taught at a very young age, good girls don't, we shouldn't, blah, blah, blah. And that she was able to express herself because she was comfortable with her husband, of course, and share something so personal. And for him to shut her down, that can definitely change and impact her sexual presence and in the bedroom as well. So, as we're talking about porn and we're talking about vegetables that women might want to play with, whatever your partner comes up to you with, and as long as it's consensual and it's legal, don't shame them. Let them express it. I use two words, right? Consent and legalities, right? Two very important words. Let them express it and help them fulfill it. Who are you to judge? Because what is your fantasy? If you really got deep into your mind and dug deep in those crevices, what would your fantasies be that you didn't want to bring to light? So I don't think that was not healthy for him to do that. And as we're talking about porn, if your partner tells you maybe she likes humiliation porn, and for those that don't like humiliation porn, don't know what that is, excuse me. Humiliation porn is where you might see a woman and she's being called all kinds of derogatory names. She might be peed on. She might be passed around, spit on. They will write names on her, the S word. They would call her slut, whore. They just write stuff on her bodies. It's dragging her through stuff. It's called humiliation porn. And a lot of women like that type of porn, whatever it might be. If it's legal and consensual, then let her experience it. That's what I'm going to say to you. You don't have to indulge in it. You can always tell your partner, that's not for me. That's something I can't get into. I can't participate in it. Maybe we can create something where you can get that fantasy fulfilled. So what can we create to help you get that fantasy fulfilled? It's probably a good way to approach it, right? So let's get in and let's go back to this porn thing because I want to close this out. So everyone went, right? Like what kind of porn they like?
It's your
I haven't
turn.
go. It's my turn.
It's your turn. It's
It's
your
your
turn.
turn.
Wow, wow. Well, first of all, I like porn made by women for women because for women to get turned on, it's in the mind first, the vague staring. We need to get turned on in our minds first. So I like romantic porn. And what I'm going to do is put up some links. It'll be on YouTube where you guys can go check out some porn sites made for women by women that are more romantic, not so much raw and in your face. And I've heard the word violent from everyone that some of the porn you look at, even though it's not violent, it looks violent because it's just ramming. So, but women enjoy, and I enjoy, if I'm going to look at it, something romantic and soft that has a little bit of storyline to it, where, there's romance and love. So that is what I like. Nothing totally crazy, KD. I know you probably thought I was going to go deep into something, but nope, nothing crazy. But for me, it's all about the mind. So as I
thought you
said,
were gonna like
guys,
bring us some German type of thing that we ain't never heard of. Like that kind of
whew,
porn. Like some dark German, like everybody like talking very aggressively type porn.
that would not be my favorite kind of porn. No, absolutely not. I have seen some crazy porn in my days. I think I had to review, how many hours did I review? It was 1,000 hours of porn at one time for a
Hold
paper,
on, hold on, hold
1,000
on, hold on,
hours.
hold on. Wait, whoa. You're not skipping
So,
over this.
no, I'm
What?
sorry, I lied. It was 300 hours, 300 hours. I lied,
Either way,
300
I
hours.
still got questions. I still have questions.
And I still have
Ma'am,
nightmares. I still have nightmares.
how? How is the first question? Why is the second question? And what was the worst one out of the 300 hours you saw?
I had to review it for the institute where I studied, and they were classifying pornography. And so I was given a whole catalog to look at and to classify um, what type of porn it was, if the woman looked like she is enjoying it. Did you see the sexual response cycle happening in the porn? Doing a whole like scientific study around the porn I was looking at. Was a female squirting or was she ejaculating? Because that's two different things. They're not the same thing, guys and ladies. It's two different phenomena that happen. So I had to classify all this stuff, and I was just like, oh my God, I'm so sick of porn. I think the most craziest porn I ever saw was where it was it was where
No.
there was a cactus.
Wait, I'm sorry. Wait,
Wait.
pause. Did you
What?
say a cactus?
Cactus. And that to me was probably the most crazy thing I've ever seen in my
We don't
life.
have another
The
commercial
cactus.
break, do we? Because I don't have enough drink to finish this. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Oh,
So yeah, that was probably the most that was the roughest porn I think I've ever seen. And I literally got ill watching
I'm
that
sweating.
one.
I'm
last
sweating right now.
last question.
Yeah.
Was he European?
Yes, he was European.
I knew it.
It was.
Of course.
I knew
was.
it.
Of course.
He was definitely European. Yes, he was. I want a Slavic language. I forget which one it was Slavic language. Because I asked my husband, was it German? He's like, no, thank God. Not this time, not the Germans.
We're weird, but
Yeah.
we're not that weird.
We're not that weird, man. We're not that weird, honey. So yeah, that was. I'm sweating thinking about that one. I might need to go back to
Oof.
therapy. Okay, but anyway,
Oof.
what are we talking about?
Is there
I'm
any
sweating.
time left on the show? Because I feel like we talked about a lot.
We got 5 minutes left for gaslighting.
Oh my!
Yeah, let's talk about gaslighting. Let's light it up with some gaslighting.
So So I hope everyone, maybe I should put a trigger warning on this show. This show might be triggering for some people. I don't even know. See, Miss T shouldn't even ask me the daggone question about.
What? I could not. I could not. I needed to know. I needed to know, and I learned way more than I thought I was going to learn today.
Yeah, the cactus. The cactus is a bad one, but yeah. So talking about gaslighting. So yeah, email me if you need to talk to me at Valerie at Brown Sugar. No, Valerie at Swan Center. I don't even know my email address. Valerie at swancenter.com. Yeah, that's my email address. If you need to talk to me about whatever, yeah, we're gonna move it on. Gaslighting.
We don't even know.
We
We
don't
don't even
even
know.
know.
Or if
I'm
you are
totally
equally
triggered.
traumatized about
Move
this
on from
cactus
there.
as we are, please reach out to us at brownsugarconfessions@gmail.com or Valerie at swancenter.com. Better yet, come into the YouTube section, the comments, and tell us. Actually, don't tell us. Just be like, yes, I have experienced cactus. No, I have not experienced cactus. We don't need to know any other details.
You know, I'm gonna make a TikTok on that one. I think when I
Definitely
get off
message me,
this
'cause I wanna
tonight,
know
I'm
details.
gonna make a TikTok about the worst porn I've seen, and I'm gonna talk about this cactus.
Ask your people on TikTok, have they ever experienced veggie or cactus play? Because I feel like somebody up there has.
You
Okay.
know what? What?
If we
Trees?
talked about the worst, can we please end this with the best? Please.
Yes, that's the best.
Please.
Okay.
I'm
All right, let's
stressed.
do that.
I'm
Let's do that.
stressed.
Yes.
I think if y'all need to go on YouTube right now, I'm sweating. Teresa's her forehead is
too.
glistening.
I'm
I
out
am
of drink.
sweating.
I need water. There we go. We're gonna drink water from here on out.
That's when you thought prolapse porn was the worst.
Wait, what?
Ooh.
Oh, just how we ended the show?
What is prolapse porn? Wait, okay. Here's how we're gonna do it. Prolapse porn, then the best of the 300. Okay, go. Here we go.
I stumbled across, I didn't classify this. It was actually someone's kink, a client of mine's kink. And I was just like, what? I know what a prolapse is, of course. And it was their thing. And I'm like, what do you mean it's your thing? And he showed me a site that he goes to for prolapse porn. And I would tell you, that one was a little hard for me to watch. I was like, so, vaginal prolapse or anal prolapse is when, the lining comes out and some people enjoy that as a sexual play. They like to
Wait. Wait. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get a visual. It
I
comes out.
I can't even go there on the radio with this. You got to look it up. I can't go there.
It goes like.
It-
Droop?
Think of
Yes,
hemorrhoid.
Yeah, it comes out. It comes out. I can't
Yes.
even go into it on the radio. Just look it up what a prolapse is, and you'll see
Okay.
pictures of it. I really cannot
Okay.
even describe it on the radio.
We ain't going to
And
then. We ain't going to then. Okay.
I did not think that it would hurt. I can't even talk right now.
I'm going to have the worst dreams tonight. I just want y'all to know that.
I just looked it up because I've heard of prolapse, but I never seen a prolapse, and I just looked up just to see an image, and yeah.
I don't know why you did that to yourself. Why did you do that
My
to
phone
yourself?
is cursed, y'all. My phone is cursed.
The change her face made in the middle of Dr. Val talking. She was smiling, and all of a sudden, her face turned upside down. And when we had to see that, so now you've seen it, you can't unsee it. I think was I with you, Treese?
Yes.
I'm sorry if you choose to do this to yourself, listeners. Just
Ugh.
understand.
I don't.
We
I
ain't
don't.
tell
Do
you to
not
look it up.
recommend. If you don't know what a prolapse is, I do not recommend you look at those pictures. They're all censored. Just on Google, just so you know, they are all censored except for the drawings. Don't do it to yourself.
So, I did not know it was a kink, as I said, until this gentleman told me that was his thing, and I had to review it. And when I saw it, it wasn't so much that he had the kink that I was like, It was the women that were having sex with their being prolapsed. That's what surprised me because I thought it would be extremely painful. It looks painful to me. But then I looked at it and I guess it's not painful. I don't know. And maybe for those doctors and researchers out there that are that work with women that have prolapse and anal prolapse and vaginal prolapse, let's talk about it because it is a thing. It happens with women having children, with age, with weight, et cetera, et cetera. And if you've prolapsed, do you want to have sex? And if you do have sex when you're prolapsed, does it hurt? And I don't know why we went there because this is not the kind of porn women like. I don't know what happened to this show, but it went
We
down
don't
a
know if
rabbit
it's the
hole.
porn that women like. That's the problem. We don't know. There's probably some women out there that might actually like this, and this is terrifying.
I don't think this is one of the top 10. Okay. I don't think so, Miss T. This is the top 10. I don't
I
know
would
where we
say
went with this show.
let's ask the internet.
Let's
Let's ask
so
the
look,
internet.
we're gonna ask y'all, hey, out there, Radio Land, what kind of porn do you like? Are you into prolapse porn? We want to know. I know one person that is. And apparently there's a whole site for it, so there's millions of people that like it. Are you
There's
one of those
clearly more than
millions?
one.
Yeah. Are you one of those millions that like prolapse porn? And if you have a prolapse, do you have sex when you're having a prolapse? These are things we want to know. People need to know because it does happen to the human body, prolapse. And I think maybe that should, all of us looking shocked aside, that should be a show that we really should talk about is having sex while you have a anal or a vaginal prolapse. And on that note, you guys, I don't even know what happened to the show. We didn't get to where we were supposed to go.
We got halfway there.
But
halfway
Brown
there.
Sugar, we are an organic show. We don't know 9 times out of 10. We have an idea what we're going to talk about. But 9 times out of 10, it goes down a rabbit hole. And we went straight down that hole tonight and did not come back. But you know what we say out there? And tonight we mean it. When we tell y'all to stay safe and play safe, we mean on this show tonight. So if you don't know us by now, we always are going to talk about the craziest things. And tonight's show probably the top show that we've been doing for 2 years. So, we're Brown Sugar Confessions. Look us up, like us, follow us everywhere. And we'll see you next week, guys. Stay safe and play safe. Bye-bye for now.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Brown Sugar Confessions on Power 1017. Go to our Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram page at Brown Sugar Confessions to like, share, and follow. Stay safe and play safe. We'll see you next week. Bye for now.